Welcome to the Digital Contractor Show here on Turf's Up Radio. My name is Tim Fahndrich, and I am your host, where we cover tips, tools, and strategies to help you conquer digital marketing. This week, I'm going to be covering just a variety of different strategies and tools and tips, but just kind of a recap of different things that we've seen this week and thoughts that I've had throughout the week. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And I just wanted to give you a couple of different overviews of what we're going to be talking about first. But before we begin, I hope you are doing well and you're staying well during this time. And man, the weather, we're in Oregon, the weather was absolutely gorgeous the latter part of this week. And we are just, wow, 80s, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is what I love about Oregon. We don't have the humidity, and yet we get some really, really nice weather. So, as you thinking about, digital marketing, and there's a lot of different things that come to mind. We're going to cover a couple things this week in different segments and just kind of breaking it down into micro topics. But one of them we're going to talk about is just the idea of listings and citations. So we're going to cover listings, citations. What does that mean? We're going to cover a little bit about mobile-friendly websites and some of the trends that we're seeing there, some of the things that we've been helping our customers this week with. And we're also going to talk about promoting reviews, like how are you getting reviews? How are you promoting reviews once you get them? And we're going to be talking about a little bit about marketing automation and also the idea of communicating to your customers with a pop-up notice on your website. So those are all just kind of a couple of topics that we'll be covering this week, and we look forward to being able to, I look forward to just spending some time with you. So hopefully this format works, and we'll get it out there. So, as we think about everything changing, as like we're here in Oregon, states are starting to, a lot of states are trying to kind of move forward in terms of, kind of reopening responsibly. And in the landscape, hardscape, lawn care, our businesses have been, declared essential kind of from the get-go in most states. And we got to keep everything looking good, right? I mean, that's one of the main things about being in the landscape business. You get to create beautiful things where people live and spend time and get married and celebrate and just entertain and play and all these different things, whether that's in the backyard or a public space, whatever that might be. And so that's, one of the beauties of that. And so I know I've been talking, I've talked to a lot of, customers and people in the industry, and, they're busy right now. It's spring, summer is right around the corner. And I got a little shout out to my buddy Eric Jones over there at Turf Teacher. He was throwing some pictures up on Facebook this week with the laying down some striping with the Walker mower. And I don't know if you were on there. I haven't talked to you about it specifically, but man, I don't know. I spent a lot of time on a Walker mower back in the day, and in fact, I've actually. I love laying down some striping. My wife gives me a hard time all the time about when, I'll drive by some really nice striping. I'm like, look at that striping. So I used to spend a lot of time on a Walker, great mower, and, enjoy that. In fact, I've also told my wife that, man, wouldn't it be fun when I retire from whatever that is, right? whatever retirement looks like, I don't know. But I just, when I've got a little bit more time, I'd love to volunteer and just sit on a walker or sit on a riding mower and just volunteer out at a Christian school that I went to, my kids went to, and my dad went to. Actually, my kids are third generation, but anyway, just fun. So shout out to Eric Jones, Turf Teacher, for doing the thing and laying down some beautiful striping on the Walker mower. So with that, we're going to wrap up this particular kind of intro segment, and we will be back after a commercial break and talking specifically about one of these tips, tools, and strategies that we're going to cover this week to help you conquer digital marketing. Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, this is Tim Fahndrich with Hardscape Marketer. Are you frustrated or overwhelmed with marketing your business? If you'd like to be a local market leader, create a steady stream of new customers, and spend more time doing the things you love, we can help. We know what it's like to build a landscape business, run crews, and work with customers. If you're ready to grow your business by getting your internet marketing right, download our ultimate internet marketing cheat sheet today at hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. That's hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. All right, we're back with another segment here on the Digital Contractor Show. My name is Tim Fahndrich. So, gotta admit, I thought the other day that I was going to get a traffic ticket. In Salem, Oregon, there's a number of places where it's like the automatic traffic cameras. And, you always know in Salem where like, okay, I'm coming up to one of those. I don't want to run a red light. So you're always really careful around those because obviously don't want to run a red light, don't want to be unsafe. But I cut it just a little bit too close and thought maybe I was like, oh man, am I going to get a ticket? Because I couldn't tell if the light, traffic camera went off or not. But, I was thinking, am I going to get a citation in the mail? And so far, so good. I haven't got one. But, oftentimes that segue into the topic of this particular segment is talking about citations. When it comes to, it's a different type of citation when it comes to digital marketing. And, the idea with a citation, also known as a listing, is that it's actually a good thing. You don't want to mess around with you don't want to get traffic tickets. Nope, none of that. You don't want to get traffic tickets. But when it comes to digital marketing, you do want citations, and you want lots of them, because it's actually something that's really, really good. So let's kind of break this down. What is a citation, and how can you get some, and what are some of the most important ones? So it's a citation is basically a listing of your company and your company information, and the information that is relevant typically revolves around three main things and then some auxiliary things. So the idea of a name, address, phone number is that, or short NAP, name, address, phone number, it makes up the core data of a citation. And there are literally hundreds of places where your name, address, and phone number are listed across the internet. And then there's the additional information or auxiliary information, such as your website address, for example. And or maybe some your hours, or some types of business categories that you're in, or a variety of, again, just maybe there's a bunch of different, maybe even uploading a logo or different things like that, depending on the listing and what it supports. But the interesting thing about listings is that, first of all, the very most important one, the most important, hands down, no question asked listing for your business is Google My Business. Okay, Google owns a lion's share of the search market, both on desktop and mobile. Lion's share, those statistics can run all over the place, but you want to make sure that it's still the most important. So you want to make sure and claim and optimize your Google My Business listing. It's been known by a lot of different things, map listing. Oh man, we've been doing this so long, I can't even remember all the names that it's been called, because they keep changing it all the time. But right now, Google My Business, GMB for short, that's your most important one. And then you want, there's literally hundreds of other places. It might be a house listing, a Yelp listing, a home advisor listing, Facebook, your social media, all the different listings that might contain your NAP. And you want to optimize those listings and get them consistent and accurate. And again, this is a good thing. The more you can get it consistent and accurate to be the same exact as your Google My Business listing, the better. So, and little things make a big difference. So let's say instead of STREET, you might have a listing that says ST, abbreviated. And you want to make it consistent. Whatever Google has, you want to make it consistent with that so that it supports and augments that Google listing, because the more consistent your listings and the more accurate your listings are that support and match up exactly with your Google My Business, the more likely you are to rank a little higher. It's a ranking factor in the search engines. And so we all want to get found, right? We all want to get found. So there are a number of tools that you can use. You can, of course, manually go in, make sure your listings are right. Or there's some other tools. We offer a tool. There's a number of different tools that kind of use software-driven approaches to work on getting those hundreds of listings correct. And it starts generally with typically some big sites called aggregators, and getting the information pushed to the aggregators, and then they distribute that data out to hundreds of sites. So get your listings right. Get your citations are a good thing for your business, and I think it's just a positive thing for your business, and a way to get ranked higher with the more consistent listings that you have. That's a quick tip. We'll be back with more on the Digital Contractor Show here on Turfs Up Radio. All right, we're back with another segment here on the Digital Contractor Show. My name is Tim Fahndrich, and how many of you have opened up a little device that we typically have in our pocket or in the dash, or normally in our pocket or our purse, or the idea of having a computer, a smartphone in your pocket? How many of you have opened this up today? Think about how many times you've opened it up. How many times have you pulled it out of your pocket or wherever you've got it, and looked up something online? Well, in this little segment here of the Digital Contractor Show, I want to talk about mobile-friendly websites, because the reality is that we are using this constantly. Whether we're jumping onto social media, whether we're one of like 80% of other people, we're checking our email on our phones, or whether we're surfing and looking at companies' websites, etc. We are constantly using this. So I just wanted to kind of touch base about mobile friendly and the importance of mobile friendly websites. So the reality is, in today's market, is up to 75% of traffic is on one of these devices that I hold in my hand, these smartphones. And so if your website is not mobile friendly and mobile responsive, I'm going to break those two things down, then you are likely missing out on a lot of business. I spoke to a gentleman this past week, and he makes a custom product, and he's in my backyard, a few miles from me. Makes this really custom product, high end, and basically, I won't give away the product, but his website is pretty old, and he was actually just trying to update it, but he was having some trouble, making it mobile friendly, because quite frankly, the technology that he was using to kind of build the website he was programming everything in HTML. And there's just a lot of, we won't get into that particular piece of information or strategy or tool or tip or whatever, but the idea, he was just having trouble making it mobile friendly. And as we were talking, I'm like, do you realize, he sells an item that for its type is high end. It's, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 for the type of product he makes. And I was just like, do you realize how much business you're losing because your website is not mobile friendly? And it's like, yeah, I know. And, and it's like, can you afford to lose half of your customers? Because that's essentially what's happening. Google tells us that 50 to 60% of customers will leave your website immediately, within seconds, if they have to start pinching and squeezing or scrolling all over the place to even see a menu or see a product, scrolling horizontally. People don't mind scrolling vertically. They don't mind that at all. We're all used to that. Think about it for a second. So we get onto Facebook or we get onto Instagram. What are we doing? We are scrolling. we're just scrolling, sometimes mindlessly scrolling through our social media. And so people don't mind when they jump onto a website to be able to, if they have to scroll horizontally, but you don't want to make them pinch and squeeze to be able to even see text, to see it, make it big enough. You don't want to make them scroll horizontally. The other thing that you want, so make it mobile responsive so that it adjusts, so that your website responds to the device appropriately that it's on. If it's on desktop, they can see big, beautiful pictures. They can kind of see the whole thing, everything along those lines. If it's on a tablet, like an iPad or something, then it adjusts accordingly. And if it's on a smartphone, then it adjusts even more in a response. That's mobile responsive. And then the other thing that you really want to make, really want to make drop dead simple is when somebody's on their phone, you want to make it easy to click to call. You want to be easy to do business with. So we call it upper right, make it bright. On desktop, your phone number should be upper right of the site. People look at sites in a kind of a C formation, and you want to make it just big, bright. You want to, just like a business card, you want the phone number to stand out. Upper right, make it bright. And then on mobile, it just should be at the top. It should be clickable, and it opens up the dialer and allows somebody to do business with you right here, right now, and make that call. Be mobile responsive, be mobile friendly, and you will get more business. If you're not, shoot, man, you are losing business. I don't know what else to tell you. You're going to lose business if your website is not mobile friendly and mobile responsive. So that's a quick tip here on the Digital Contractor Show. We'll be back with more. Thanks.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, this is Tim Fahndrich with Hardscape Marketer. Are you frustrated or overwhelmed with marketing your business? If you'd like to be a local market leader, create a steady stream of new customers, and spend more time doing the things you love, we can help. We know what it's like to build a landscape business, run crews, and work with customers. If you're ready to grow your business by getting your internet marketing right, download our ultimate internet marketing cheat sheet today at hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. That's hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet.
All right, we are back with another short segment here on the Digital Contractor Show. My name is Tim Fahndrich, and I'm your host here on Turfs Up Radio. So how many of you have made a purchase this past week, and for that purchase, whether you bought a service or a product, whether it was a local or buying it over the internet, whatever that might look like, how many of you looked up the reviews for that company or that product before you bought it? Statistically, wow. Statistically, looking at reviews is a huge part of the buyer's journey. So if you're going to conquer digital marketing, if you're going to conquer marketing, period, you want to build that social proof. And so build those reviews, build the know, like, and trust factor, get recommended, get referred, all that goes together. We've covered that in some other videos, but I just want to talk a little bit about, so if you're not getting reviews, jump on it, make it easy. And that's, again, a little bit of a different video, but in this particular segment, I wanted to talk about the idea of basically promoting reviews once you get them. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can use to promote a review. Typically kind of in the old school mindset, we would create a list of testimonials. And my dad, bless his heart, he was a good marketer, and he didn't even know it. He used to have an appliance repair business, and he's been gone for many years. But long before the the internet and reviews and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But he used to every 6 months or so, he would create an 8.5 by 11 flyer of recent testimonials and notes that he had gotten from his customers. And he would use that as a handout when he's talking to people about and sharing kind of more about his appliance repair business. So what are you doing to promote your reviews? When you get one, are you sharing it? So I'm going to break it down, a couple of different things that you can be doing, to promote that review. First of all, you want to share, we talk about a framework of capturing or creating content. In the case of a review, it's capturing it, right? And then you want to share it. You want to share those reviews everywhere you possibly can. So that might be, for example, sharing it on your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page, your Twitter page, on your website. There's some great ways that we use within the We're Local platform to help you do that. And so you share that content, and then you can use paid ads or promote basically some of your best content. But even simple ways, like I've got, I know those of you listening won't be able to see this, but if anybody's watching the video replay, so you can take a review and you can just print it out and put it on a nice format. You can either use, again, We're Local provides a really nice way to share a visual on a review, and that's for those that can see this, again, watching the video replay. Whoops. So just being able to put, frame it, you can print something out, frame it, and make it look really good. I know Google reviews, for example, you can print out a nice little, really nice looking little poster for reviews. And I've been in local businesses, one a couple blocks from me, for example, that prints out their Google reviews. He's doing a great job. I mean, why not, right? Use the tools that you have available. And then, but then there's lots of other ways to think about, okay, how can I take this review and promote the heck out of it, right? So let's say, you think about car dealers for a second. Car dealers and manufacturers have long used kind of social proof. J.D. Power and Associates, right? I mean, they've talked about that. Or, the highest rated Ford dealership in the Pacific Northwest. So if you're not taking that same concept and promoting your reputation in, let's say even on your mobile billboard, which is your trucks, your vans, your trailers, anything you've got. I mean, if you're not taking that and putting, a 4.9 out of 5 stars, or put individual reviews, swap it out every once in a while. I mean, those are great ways to, to promote your reputation. Get it into, onto your trucks. And then you think about, well, if I'm running a billboard, or if I'm running, maybe I've got some people have electronic signs, for example, outside of their office building, or outside of your shop, whatever you got, or even electronic or old school, where you just kind of put the letters on, that kind of thing, and you kind of look at this little signage system out there. Why not promote a recent review and feature a customer review? Maybe change that out once a week. Put it on there. You've got high traffic coming by, put that on there. There's all kinds of different ways. Other things to think about is in print ads, for example. So let's say you're still doing print, and maybe you are, or you're sending out a letter or anything along those lines. Think about how you can build or promote your social proof. You work hard to get it. You work hard to get those reviews, and obviously you work hard to provide a great service. And so what you really, really want to do is take those reviews and promote them like crazy everywhere. Whether that's kind of your aggregate score, or the highest rated, landscape company, hardscape company, lawn care company, contractor, whatever you might be, in your area. And I know we personally use reviews a lot. Our parent company, we've been getting reviews for a long time. We are one of the highest rated, local digital marketing agencies, and so we use that a lot, and it works because people call you based on the reviews that you have. So what are you doing to promote your reviews? Now's a great time to think about it. Now's a great time to ask. It's a great time to promote. Get that integrated into your marketing strategy, both online and offline, and you will be able to convert more business. So that's a quick tip here on the Digital Contractor Show. We'll be back with more with another segment. Okay, we're back with another segment here on the Digital Contractor Show. Have you ever thought about automation in relation to your business? And my guess is you have. We all want to use the best tools that we possibly can in our businesses. And we think about maybe, if you're in the lawn care business, or if you're, a contractor, whatever, we always want to get the best tools, right? And being able to leverage equipment to do more to save us time, to save us labor, to save us effort. You think about, shout out to, GeoRipper, for example. Okay, that's a piece of equipment that basically can save a lot of hand digging, right? So shout out to our friends over at GeoRipper, but you can save a tremendous amount of labor, back-breaking labor, mind you. And I've been on the back of that shovel, right? So being able to kind of dig out those trenches and wow, something with GeoRipper, you just whoop, make it happen. Now, but what about automation, or what about tools for your marketing? And I want you to think about that. That's what this segment is about, really, is just kind of touching base a little, just high level about, kind of an overview of marketing automation. So if you think about, what are some things I like to ask this question of myself, like, what can I automate this week? And I'm going to talk specifically about kind of, I'll give you a couple of examples. So let's say someone fills out a form on our website. And I'll let you just kind of, I'll give you an example that you can experience. And so basically, for example, if you wanted to download a cheat sheet, a little shameless plug here, right? But if you wanted to download what we call the ultimate internet marketing cheat sheet to help you get your internet marketing right for hardscape contractors, you can go to hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. And you'll see a little landing page there. Nothing fancy. Really, in fact, it's really, really simple. But you can fill out a form. And basically that form, when you fill it out, it triggers an automation. And the idea is, it'll send me an email. So that's the first part of the automation. It then takes you to a thank you page where you can download the email, download the cheat sheet. And it also sends you an email with a link to download it. And I think we send another email a couple days later. Those are all things that, whether I'm laying it at the beach, well, haven't been doing that lately, but if I'm hiking in the woods, watching TV, sleeping, whatever that might be, those things are automated completely because we set up the automation. And so, we do that particular automation. You kind of think about, okay, how can I do some of those things? And that's what I want you to really be thinking about. How can I take a little bit of a process and put an automation in place that can save me time, save me hassle, save me from having to worry about that, frees me up for having actual real conversations with people, getting on the phone, and as soon as everything kind of, gets back to, I won't say normal because we're living in new normals, right now, but, as soon as we're able to kind of get together more in person, different things, frees me up for that kind of stuff. So I want to talk about 3 tools real quick and kind of break it down. So we've got our platform, We're Local, and it's got a lot of marketing automation tools inside of that. So it kind of in the marketing automation, sales funnels, landing pages, and campaigns structure, we've got some triggers that happen. For example, if somebody writes a new review on We're Local, then it can trigger a new campaign. So we can automate a campaign to send an email series asking for a review. And then as soon as somebody writes a review, we could trigger another, like a positive review. We can trigger another automated email campaign. Or we can, we can invite somebody to refer us or like us on Facebook. All of that can be happened automatically in time. So that's on the We're Local platform. Another platform that we're very familiar with, we're an agency partner for, is a product called SharpSpring. It's a marketing automation tool. It's a high-end marketing automation tool that really is kind of geared for larger contracting businesses, larger businesses, et cetera, that have different staff, have sales funnel, sales pipeline needs, various different things. But you can do a tremendous amount of marketing automation. And the last tool I want to just mention, and we'll probably dig into this really deep in another video segment, but another tool I wanted to mention is Zapier. Zapier, Zapier.com. Think happier. Zapier, happier. What an amazing tool. If you haven't tried it out, oh my goodness, go try out Zapier. It basically connects over 1,500 different online apps with different triggers and actions. and allows you to help them talk to each other without doing the heavy lifting of the programming. And it's an amazing tool. And we use all three of those. We're local, SharpSpring, and Zapier to do automation for our customers. I highly recommend it. That's a quick tip here on the Digital Contractor Show. We'll be back with more after this break.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, this is Tim Fahndrich with Hardscape Marketer. Are you frustrated or overwhelmed with marketing your business? If you'd like to be a local market leader, create a steady stream of new customers, and spend more time doing the things you love, we can help. We know what it's like to build a landscape business, run crews, and work with customers. If you're ready to grow your business by getting your internet marketing right, download our ultimate internet marketing cheat sheet today at hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet. That's hardscapemarketer.com/cheat sheet.
All right, we're back for a final segment here on the Digital Contractor Show. And in this particular segment, I'm going to talk about pop-ups. Now, I'm not talking about all those annoying ads that pop up on on different websites where, man, you close one and the next one pops up and they're just popping up all over the place. I'm not talking about that, but I am talking about being very purposeful to have a pop-up on your website. Now, there's a lot of different purposes, and that's kind of wanted to break up. Why would you want one? Okay, so I jumped on. I got an email today from a friend who does some sales training. Shout out to Brad, does some Sandler sales training up in Wilsonville. But he sent me a link to his new website. I was like, okay, well, I always want to look at websites, right? So I'm the Hardscape Marketer. I want to look at this kind of stuff. So I jumped in. I opened up his website, and after a couple, I was perusing through the website, and after a couple seconds, it just popped up a little notice and said it gave me the opportunity to subscribe to his newsletter. And believe it or not, that's a fantastic strategy to pop up and allow somebody to subscribe. So that's one of many. We have used that over the years to grow subscriptions, and I know a lot of people do that. So that's one particular way to grow an email list. Sometimes you can, and there's different tools, but sometimes you can, have it pop up just as somebody's trying to leave a website, and it pops up, say, hey, wait, before you go, don't you want to subscribe? So that's and some people, yeah, I get it. Some people are going to say, oh man, that's annoying. I don't want to do that. But the other thing to really think about is that it works, and mix it up, of course. But there's other things to think about in terms of communicating with your customers what's going on. And so right now, in this given moment, like when everything kind of started really accelerating with everything going on with the virus and everything, we reached out to our customers right away and built a little tool that allows somebody to, basically either us or our customers or really anybody, and I'll share that link after a bit, but it basically to go in and generate a script or a notice that pops up on your website, kind of giving them the current lowdown of what's happening in your business. And so what a great way to communicate. So whether you're trying to get, subscribers, or maybe you're offering a special offer, or you just want to give people the lowdown, you just want to give people the opportunity to get an update kind of front and center of what's going on with your business, that's where a website pop-up notice can become really, really helpful. And usually it's a little piece of, depending on the tool you're using for your website, if you're using, WordPress, which is our tool of choice for building websites, then there's some plugins that you can use for WordPress. I know there's lots of different ones. I won't go into specific tools, but there's also little scripts that you can use to drop in and generate this pop-up notice. And then usually somebody can close it, and then it's usually cookie based. Like, so for example, it might be something that only shows up every couple of days if they come back to the website, or it might be, you can extend that out, or it might be closed forever, or you might not show it on mobile or you have it on desktop. So there is really a lot of different good reasons to build subscriber lists, or just like I said, offer a special offer, or be able to just kind of communicate with the customers, give them the lowdown, what's current, what's going on. We just sent out to our customers asking for an update because we put these notices on our customer websites a while ago, kind of when everything was just hitting. But, obviously messaging has changed. We've adapted. We're pivoting everything that we're doing. And so we just sent out, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to update your message? Do you want to take it down? Do you want to, all these different things? So, and we're getting lots of responses. It's great. So, but can a website pop-up notice be effective? Absolutely. And I want to give you a resource real quickly. And it's just thirdrivermarketing.com. That's our parent company, thirdrivermarketing.com / and oh man, I should have made sure I had it, but I believe it's thirdrivermarketing.com / COVID-19. It is. And that will just generate, we're building another, well, that will help you generate a little pop-up notice that you can give to your webmaster and be able to, or do it yourself, or if you want some help installing something on your website like this, get in touch with us. We've got it's really affordable for us to do that for you. But and then we're also building a more advanced, just give you a sneak peek into, we're building a more advanced feature into We're Local that will let you build these on an ongoing basis. So, but they can be effective. Don't let them bother. I mean, some people find them annoying, but they can be very, very effective for a communication and list building purpose. So that's the quick tip here on basically building pop-up notices for your website, using them effectively. I hope you found this segment helpful, and I just kind of wanted to close out with stay well, stay healthy, stay busy. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you listening today. And wherever you are and whatever you do in the green industry, make it a great day. My name is Tim Fahndrich here on the Digital Contractor Show on Turfs Up Radio. Thank you.